So as for today, we are going to look at sexually transmitted infections and HIV. And by the end of this video, we need to know what sexually transmitted infections are with even their examples. And all this information will be found on the YouTube link that we are seeing provided on the screen. So we are going to look at the definition of sexually transmitted infections and also look at the common bacteria and viruses that causes sexually transmitted infection. So what is STIs? As we always say, sexually transmitted infection. We are saying that are infections that can be transferred from one person to another through any type of sexual contact. Note this, any infection that can be transferred from one person to another through any type of sexual contact or intercourse, including oral sex, we call it a sexually transmitted infection. Or someone else can define these STIs as diseases caused by organisms that are passed through sexual activity with an infected pattern. So for these STIs, we look at a number of diseases. It is not one disease, there are many, but all these diseases are caused by microorganisms which are passed to individuals through sexual activity with an infected person. In other words, if someone gets to involve himself in sex with an infected person or with an individual who has an STI, then he will also get it. Diseases that pass through sexual activity from one person to another are the ones we call STIs or sexually transmitted infection. So we are now here looking at examples of sexually transmitted infection, basing also on what causes it. We have the bacterial one and also have the viral one. So examples of sexually transmitted infections that are caused by the bacteria. Here we have the following. We have non-gonococcal urethritis. We have urethritis, which is now the inflammation of the urethra. We have cervicitis, which is the inflammation of the cervix. We have syphilis. We have gonorrhea, we have bacteria, vaginosis, we have chancroid, chlamydia, we have lymphogranuloma, venereum, and Treponema pallidum. These are sexually transmitted diseases, especially caused by bacteria. And we have the ones which are viral, and these are examples of sexually transmitted diseases caused by the virus. There is HIV, stroke, AIDS. There is granuloma inguinal, hepatitis B infection, venereal warts, herpes, genitals, papillomavirus, and cytomegalovirus virus. These are common sexually transmitted infections. Now we look at the common sexually transmitted infections which are brought by parasites and fungus. So when you talk about the ones brought by parasites, you have trichomoniasis, pendiculosis, and Sarcoptes scabies. Those are brought by the parasite, and also have the ones which are brought by the fungi. We talk about genital candidiasis, and that is caused by Candida albicans, then also Tinea cuporis. Those are examples of viral, those are examples of fungal conditions which are sexually transmitted diseases. As for that, thank you for listening. You can follow the work on that YouTube channel, and you'll find the definition of sexually transmitted diseases and also the examples of sexually transmitted diseases basing on the organism that causes them. Thank you.